All right, I want to give you a quick way that you can use a Cascade window and still have your portable AC unit ventilate, even though the majority of them, they come with, they come with the plastic piece that's more designed for a sliding window. Guys, my apologies. I keep referring to the window as a Cascade window. It's a casement window. So I've already made all the content. So just substitute my version, which is the Cascade window, for the correct term, which is casement window. Thank you. Now, if you don't want to build something like I'm going to show you, you could also consider something like a window seal for a portable AC unit with a Cascade window. In my case, I wanted to build something up quickly, and I had some scrap wood, and I want it to be really sturdy and be able to be applicable to two different windows. But definitely take a look into this because maybe this will be an easier option for you. All right, so I've pulled it off from the window, and we'll get into it in just a minute. But you might have to kind of take some of these ideas and manipulate them towards your scenario. But when I'm talking about a Cascade window, pretty much I mean this type of window where, I gotta unlock it here, where when you unscrew it here, right, it unscrews this way instead of it being sliding, right? So I happen to have in my particular case, two rooms that I wanted to be able to cool. This one, as well as another room, which I'll show you in just a moment, which has the exact same size of Cascade type window. Okay, so here's the other same type of window. So again, like I said, you might have to get a bit creative, but hopefully this is going to give you a bit of an idea as to what you could do in your situation. All right, so in my case, it was roughly about, it's hard to kind of tell there, but yeah, about 18.5 by 18.5. It's just a total square here. But the goal for this piece of wood here was really to to make sure that it actually presses against the outside of the frame. So I made cutouts for this piece, cutouts for this piece, cutouts for this top piece, cutouts for this piece here, cutout for this piece as well. So the actual 18.5-inch window is going to be smaller than this board here. All right, so hopefully you can see kind of what I mean there. Obviously, I've got a big hole in the middle that I cut out with a jigsaw here. And then let's actually flip it over to show here what's on the other side. So really the purpose of these here is I just made a small elevation in the wood with just some scrap here, and then just nailed another piece of wood there. Really in between here, in between this little crack that you see there, really where my finger is there, that's where it's going to be able to grasp onto the windowsill, right? So this one here, there's no type of hinge or movement. It's just totally solid, because you would take this, if you can kind of picture it, I'll show you guys in a bit. You take this and you kind of stick it in to one side of the window, and then now we can get into the actual other mechanism here that actually kind of latches or kind of hinges a little bit with a with a screw, so that you can actually stick your hand through this portion here to kind of turn it in so that it stays tight against the windowsill, right? Okay, so in this same spot, let's just pick it up from where it is. Again, this is the kind of the hinging part. This one over here is just kind of rock solid. I'll just show how I actually get it on and in place here. So I kind of just jimmy it here. It's kind of hard to do with one hand right here. With two hands it's really easy, but you can see here that solid part goes in and it's kind of staying in there, right? But I want to make sure that the unit doesn't actually come backwards from a bit of the pressure from the hose that's going to be kind of pulling at this piece of plywood here. And then if you can kind of see under here, all I'm doing is kind of flicking this little piece here, just kind of lifting it up, and then I just set things up so that it's able to clear this hole so it has a full opening there, right? And then now all I'd really do is just take this hose and kind of clamp it on. Okay, there we go. All right, and now we're good to go here. One more thing, I guess if you're kind of curious why I have this stand here, it's it's just simply because the window is at a pretty high level that the this tube that came with the AC unit, it's not actually long enough for me to place the AC unit on the floor. So unfortunately, I had to kind of make this little makeshift table looking platform where I've got just a couple of these little rounded out pieces of wood here just to make sure that that unit stays in place. It's pretty sturdy, right? So yeah, no, this whole system, it doesn't look overly pretty, but I've had it for 2 seasons, and it's worked really well. It only takes me about a minute or two to get it swapped over from room to room.